When you're starting out playing Valheim, one of the most important mechanics you're going to want to learn, especially early game and building proper starter homes, is an effective chimney that can vent smoke, because it's going to be extremely important to have permanent access to fire in any build that you make and any home that you're constructing, so you can constantly keep up that resting bonus while also being able to cook food whenever you need to. So I'm going to walk you through a very easy and simple way to build very effective and aesthetically pleasing chimneys like you see right here. Let's get into it. Okay, so typically when you start out the building process, you're going to start by laying out an effective foundation like you see right here. Now, I do already have a video on the channel talking about how to get yourself this great canvas to get started with an effective foundation of a building. But then once you get here, the next thing you're really going to want to do is plan where is your fire going to go and how are you going to vent that fire? Like, how is the smoke going to get out of your home? Because you can't just let the smoke sit there or it's going to start smoking you out. It can put the fire out and all sorts of bad things can happen there within your home. So we have to plan out the fire location and then also the chimney as we start building around it. So let's pull out our hammer and talk about how to effectively place a fire and get a chimney around it. Now, when you're building a fire in your home, a lot of times this is going to happen, especially if you have a foundation. When you knock out a floor piece, you're not really going to be able to place a campfire effectively, because what's going to happen is it's going to be very low down here. You're going to have to raise the ground wherever you want it to go so you can have it kind of flush with the wood right here. So we pull out the hoe tool and we're going to raise ground right here a little bit just to bring this up and try to get as close as we can to the level of the wooden floors right here. You might have to raise it a couple times. We're going to kind of stay in the middle like this. Now, if this happens, what you can do is pull out your leveling tool while you're in your home and level it like so. And you may have to mess around with this a couple different times just to get it as perfect as you can. You can even try pulling out your pickaxe right here and try breaking it down a little bit and try to get the perfect height where it's not coming through the wood, but it's going to look good in terms of being flush with the floor. You're never going to get it like quite perfect, but you can at least get it where it's looking pretty good. Let's try to level this out like so, and you see it's going down too much. Well, let's raise it back up like this, and now that's looking pretty good. So you can see how playing around with it a few times, I'm able to at least get it pretty close here to the edge. And now we're ready to place our campfire like so, and it's going to be pretty close to level with our floor, but you might have to mess around with that for 2 or 3 minutes just to get it looking how you want. Now at this point, we're going to go in and we're going to edge our fire like so. Place a couple beams like this, and now you've got a nice little fire area. And now we want to place some beams going up like this, and this is going to be the foundation of our chimney going up like so. And when you're doing this, you do want to check and make sure these are blue. You see how the foundations of our chimney right here, these beams going up are the color blue. That means we've got a solid foundation for our chimney. And then also something to think about is we don't want to be able to just accidentally walk into our fire like that. That can lead to all sorts of bad things. Typically, you have low health when you're around home in your base. You're not eating high health food, so we don't want to just be walking into our fire. What you can do is place a beam going across the top as well, and then you won't be able to just walk into it. You see how it's blocking me right here, and I can't just walk into my fire. I can't get there. So we're going to place the beams all the way around, and we're going to block off this fire from every angle, and we won't be able to ever hurt ourselves by getting into here. And then something that I like to do when I'm building a chimney is just give myself a little bit of a scaffolding here on both sides. So kind of go up like this, and then also do the same thing on the other side. You're going to get this wood back anyway, but it's just to give myself a way to build, because then we want to attach a couple more beams going up like so. So we place that and place that. And then this is an important talking point. So you see how it's getting a little bit difficult for me to place this beam right here. I kind of messed up and built my scaffolding a little bit too close, so it's hard to place this. What you can do is come down here and then hit the Q key on your keyboard if you're on PC, and it will change your snapping point like this. So I can now place that beam perfectly in line with the other ones by hitting Q to change how my snap point is going to function when I'm building. Then we can go back up on top of our scaffolding like so, and within about 3 beams we should be good to go, and we should be able to get mostly out of the roof. But we're going to want to place this back edge and kind of first starting points of our roof just to make sure we're able to have an effective chimney. Place that one, and then place that one. I'm going to back up the scaffolding here a little bit more to the side, just so I'm not running into things constantly as I'm building. Give myself a little bit more room here, like so. And there we go. That's a little bit more like the scaffolding should look. And then what we can do is place some walls here, like so. Place this, because we're going to want to drive that smoke up towards the outdoors, like this. And we'll place that like so. And then on the outside, we'll probably have an outer wall that will do that job for us. We'll keep placing this up. And I'll show you how to build kind of a super simple outer wall to get you started as well as part of the chimney build. Place this all the way around, and now we have a chimney that's at least going to get us out through the roof. But we have to cover this, because what will happen is when it rains, it'll put our fire out. So we do have to build an actual chimney that caps this off, and we need to know what our outer wall is going to look like in order to do that. So let's place an outer wall here really quick. I like to go 3 meters high, so a 2 and then a half, just to go ahead and get us the proper height here for a starter home. Place the walls over here like so. Do the same thing on the other side like this. And we're also going to want to do this on the back of the chimney. Place that like so. And then we need to also get the one on the outside like that. Then at this point, we're going to start angling in this back wall. So we're going to pull out these angled pieces like so, and we're going to start placing the half like this, and then place another one after we build it up, and boom, we've kind of connected the back wall just like that. And we're going to do the same thing over here. We just have to flip it and do the same thing. Boom, pull out the half right here, and boom, then place this down like so, and we've connected that to our chimney. Then we want to check the back as well and keep it consistent by placing the half like so. Actually, we're going to do, I think we could probably do a full one like that. And then we're going to go ahead and cap that top. So we can pull out an X and just do something like so. And we've kind of got that top capped a little bit. But then we need to go back up here and cover our chimney so it doesn't go out every time it's raining outside. And what you can do is just place a couple 1 meter poles like so. And then it's going to be very easy to just place capstones on top of this chimney. Boom, boom, like this. Then we're going to connect those beams on the outer edge like we did kind of on the bottom, like so. And look at that. If you get really good at this, you can jump in between your two scaffolding like that. We're going to go on to the edge right here. You can tell I've done this way too many times. Place that like so. And now at this point, there's a few different ways you can go about it. Some people like to just cap it and go straight like so. So you place this kind of, you may need to go with another scaffolding. What I can do is show you how that works. We can back out here and then build stairs that go up a little bit more. We're going to start further back and get scaffolding to go up here like so. And we can kind of get on top of the roof a little bit more with a better angle like this. And then we can really cap it off like that. And now this is going to be a functioning chimney right here. Super simple. It's going to vent that smoke out. And then we can just simply finish our roof, and we'll have the chimney going out above everything and venting the smoke. And even though our chimney has these little windows on the sides, it is not going to be hurting us when we rain, because the rain will be coming straight down, and we've got it capped right here. You can also cover those windows if you would like. Some people like to place something like an X just for decorative purposes, change our snapping point. Sometimes these X's can be a little bit difficult to get snapped in perfectly. But there we go. We're able to get it like that. So what you could do is go all the way around with some, texture X's or just some walls or whatever. And then there's also a way to angle it out if you would like. Place that X over there, come over here to this scaffolding and place that X like that. And then I'll show you another way you can kind of do this. Let's jump up here, break this down, and what you can also do is angle it out a little bit if you would like. So we pull out this piece of roof like so, and we're going to place that like that. And now what that will do is it's going to angle our smoke out. And then if you want to place an angled piece of wall, you can, just to kind of go flush with it like so, like that. And now you have a chimney that's going to angle out. Let's go over here and place this. Oh, I finally messed up trying to go in between my scaffolding here. So we could go over to the other side and flip this around and get that dropped in like so. So then that one's a little bit of a different angled design where it's a little bit forcing the smoke out of the back of the building there. So you can kind of just go straight up and then just cap it. Or you can do a little bit of an angled style like that, where you're driving the smoke out in one direction, out the back of your home. And then at this point, we can break down the bottom of our scaffolding, and it will fall if we would like. Just do this and like this. And then once the scaffolding is down, then that's connecting up here to the chimney, so we have to break that down. But yeah, then what you would do is just start going through and piecing together your roof, and you kind of want to start with a good chimney and a good fire, and then build around that, because what you don't want to do is have to tear down your house and then redo your chimney, because this is a very, very important functioning part of the home. So you really want this set from your foundation. And play around with it and have fun. You don't have to make it look exactly like this. You can play with your own. You know, some people like to run it out a little bit further past the wall of their home, give it a little bit of texture. Some people like to send their chimney out and shoot it in a different angle. This is just to get you functioning in your starter home and show you this extremely important mechanic here with chimneys and how to get your fire level and flush with the floor, because you can't really build this on wood and then be able to vent the smoke effectively and get it out of your home and it passed over your roof. And then when you're done, it's going to look something like this, like you saw at the start of the video, where I've got this basic starter home that I built, and you can see how this is a little bit more textured. I did go with the capstone right on top of it just to make it super simple, and then I put a little bit of those crosses there, the X's, to give it a little bit of texture, and then some half walls and all of that to vent the smoke out very easily. And when you're in the home, it is going to look like this. Looks like our fire is out of wood. Let's go ahead and light that up. And then you can see how on the edges, I gave it a little bit of texture, so I can't walk in here and then make the sides look a little bit different than the front. And this is where you would let your imagination run wild. Once you're venting the smoke effectively, just go ahead and texture it and make it look however you would like personally within your own build. So yeah, hopefully this helped you out a little bit with understanding chimneys and how to build them very easily and effectively in some of those early game builds you're going to be producing on your server. And remember to subscribe on your way out, because I've got a lot of fun Valheim content coming your way here on the channel that'll be coming very soon. I appreciate you. Have a good rest of your day. Peace.